Hello and welcome back to another build order analysis. Eddie has asked me to cast this game, so it must be an interesting one. I looked it up Japanese and so, okay, Eddie's going up really fast. Let's see how he's actually doing it. And the start is pretty standard, of course. You're building 2 houses, sending 4 sheep or 6. The players, Jon Slow and Edie, are really close. You can see the rush distance is minimal, almost 40 outside from Terror. Boar is inside. The main stone from Edie forward. He's got 1 boar, 2 boars, I guess, inside. He's got 4 deer, which is really important. Second gold safe in the back, main gold safe in the back. And the third gold from Edie, that's probably this one then. But I guess in this game it doesn't really matter because we're going for this build order analysis. We are mainly going to look at the build order itself. So what is Eddie doing with the villages? The Japanese to get 50% cheaper lumber camps, also in Willow Kingdoms, I think. That means he's sending right now 3 villagers on wood. Is he going for the standard 4 here? It's possible, not sure about it. We've seen Eddie do it differently as well. And here we go, there's the first difference. 3 villagers on wood. And then the villagers coming out. This is more or less an Arabia build order. The 6 villagers on sheep is still continuing. Villager now is going to hunt the boar, lure it in. And another villager going to food here. Eddie wants to get as much food in as soon as possible. And that's pretty similar to Arabia, let's be honest. Let's see how this build order is going to continue. Of course, now the boar is getting attacked by all the villagers. And there is 35 food left on that sheep, but it doesn't really matter because Eddie doesn't need a lot of food. He just needs food fast. He's actually sending 1 villager back on the sheep. The other sheep are standing around, looking around, and Eddie is starting to lure the deer in immediately. He found out about them. Villager number 13, that's 14 population, going to the mill, but he's got 8 villagers on the boar. 3 on wood, 8 on boar. And a sheep, of course, and now 2, 3 villagers on the berries. The first deer coming in very early on. I guess 2 villagers, no, actually 4 going to attack that deer. Deer food is even faster. And there is 4 villagers remaining on the boar, 3 on berries, and another villager going to lure the other boar in. That one is in the back here. So Eddie is sending everything on food right now. 3 villagers still on the middle, 3 villagers still on the wood line. And now Eddie with the villager on the boar. Where's the next villager going? That's 5 villagers on the boar here. 70 food should be good. I think Eddie will almost be in time with that boar, maybe a little bit late, but not a lot. And another house coming up with a berry villager, which is really important to see now. 6 villagers on board. Actually, the timing is perfect. Look at this. The villager is just arriving at the TC. Now Eddie can garrison the villager. And the boar is dying underneath the TC. That's perfect. The next deer also coming in. 4 villagers idle, but not for long because the deer is almost at the TC. And now Eddie is going to shoot it. Perfect. And Eddie, 3 villagers on berries, 3 on wood, and everything else is on food under the TC. This is really important. He's sending the sheep now, and he's going to lure more deer in 20 population. And the villagers still all under the TC. So Eddie is actually concentrating on food and almost only on food. I guess he's gonna go up like 23 population, 24 population a few later, I imagine. Let's see how it's actually going to run here. The boar is running out really fast, or running low on food, 20 remaining. And Eddie now 548 clicking up. Now that means the deer run away one more time. He's sending 1 villager to gold, and he's shooting the deer first. Very important to get that deer towards the TC. A lot of villagers now on that 1 sheep. This is not perfect. Another villager going to gold. He's going to have 2 on gold. It's still only the 3 on wood. It's still only the 3 on berries, but 1 villager idle here because you can only fit, I think, 8 villagers on a sheep. So this is actually not really the most effective way to do it, and Eddie's fixing it right now. He's sending 2 more villagers to, what is he going to do? Is he going to berries or? Yes, he's sending them to berries. Makes a lot of sense. 2 more villagers to go. That's 4 in total now. Eddie, in the meantime, is going to lure in the last deer. 3 villagers still on the deer and 6 on sheep. That's pretty much the standard number. Still 3 villagers on the wood line. Now 4, 5 on berries, on mill? No. It's only 4 villagers. I thought he went with 2 here, but maybe I didn't. No, there's 1 more villager. She actually just palisaded at the corner of the gate because maybe Terra could go for a tower rush here. It's not happening. Right now we have 8, 9 villagers underneath the TC. There is no more free food except for the sheep. Everything else is being taken. And the wood villagers, all 3 of them, building a market and blacksmith. You can see Eddie's resources looking good. I'm pretty sure he's going to sell the stone and then go up. He went up on 22 population. This is really early on. Sending another villager to wood now. He's gonna have 4 there, 4 in gold. He's got enough gold, and I think he will have enough to buy the food he needs to click up to Castle Age. Now the market is up. Stone is down, buying 200, no, 100 food only, and here we go, on the way to Castle Age. 13:21 castle age time. This is huge, and actually I think the perfect time. Sorry, still losing my voice. It's like 13:10. Now Edie has sent a lot of the food villagers on gold here. That's 8 villagers on the main gold. And actually 7 villagers on the wood line. 4, now 4 on the berries. That's pretty standard here. 1 village taking wood around the TC and 3 more villagers on the sheep. Double bricks coming in and 1 farm actually, which is interesting to see. Edie still wants to keep villager production going, I guess, because you need a lot of wood for the monasteries that are going to come up. Terror on up to feudal age 27 population, but Edie, as you can see, halfway to castle age, and the house coming up. This is very important, and it looks like Edie has enough wood for the monasteries he needs. He can go with at least 2 of them once he's reaching castle age, and he will have 5 villagers on food. That's enough to actually keep villager production going for most time. We are going to see Boso, I guess. I don't think Edie will prioritize the villagers. I think he will want to get that Boso upgrade. And now 2 villagers moving forward. There's still 4 on berries. That's the 2 villagers from the TC. And we are going to see the forward monastery and maybe even a siege workshop. I don't know. Archer range actually up for terror, but Edie doesn't know this. Eddie just waiting with the villagers. It's hard to time them perfectly. And the siege workshop actually coming up first. Is this a mangonel rush? I thought he was going for monks here with Japanese. Maybe I was wrong. Now he's got 8 villagers on the wood line. That's 7+1, and a monastery now coming up. Siege workshop and monastery. That means a classic Smush, a siege monk rush. And now he's sending villagers to go to the main goal. I think he didn't do both, so he's prioritizing villagers over the upgrade. Battering ram coming in. No mangonel, but a battering ram immediately, and the first monk on the way. Another house coming up. Again, very important, but he's got the wood for that. And Eddie still has enough food to keep villager production going. 2 more houses actually. And he will have enough food for another battering ram if he wants to, or maybe he's waiting for the mangonel then. I think he also needs a second monastery. Let's see, Terror is going for archers here. The ram is attacking. 14 minutes 50 seconds. This is huge. Before 15 minutes there's a ram attacking your walls, and John Slow Terror is not going for monks here. He's actually added a stable with the archer range, so he's expecting monks here. It makes sense. Maybe he wants to go for scouts. Eddie, a lot of villagers on gold right now. That's a dozen villagers, and he's sending more and more and more. Could go for a second mine camp here to make this more efficient, but I guess he does not want to spend the wood on that. Crossbowman upgrade coming in from Terror, and there is the first mangonel from Eddie coming out. This wall is on low HP, 382 only. It's gonna go down within seconds. And what does Terror have? He's got a second outrange in the way, crossbowman coming up. But Eddie is almost to the walls. He's got 2 monks here. Ram is moving in and more monks getting created. 2 villagers are standing around. They did more houses, and now there's another monastery coming in with no more villager production going on right now. I guess Eddie is focusing on the front, and ooh, John Slow does not have loom. That's a big mistake. He had enough time to do loom, but without loom your villagers are going to die so fast. 4 light cav actually coming in. Oh, sorry, 4 scouts, but it's 2 very quick conversions, and the mangonel will try and hit the crossbowman. Ooh, big shot here. The crossbows at least get injured, and there is 4 scouts for Eddie. He was able to convert 3 of them at least, and those crossbowmen actually going down fast. So Eddie 6 military units, but against only 2. The ram is alive, the mangonel is alive, and Eddie is still producing monks here. It's looking like Eddie is going to dominate this game really early on. You can see the blacksmith and the barracks are attacked now. John Slow cannot go for more for the main gold, and Eddie is in the base and is doing the damage. Those villagers are actually idle a lot. Not sure what John Slow is going to do here. It looks like panic mode. 4 scouts is huge. That's something usually that should not happen. Another scout getting converted. Eddie's micro really on top today. Maybe a little bit lucky, and they're recording the GG here. What an amazing game. 13:21 castle age time. Eddie was inside John Slow's base before 15. No, the ram was attacking before 15 minutes. I think he was in before 17. That's one of the fastest rushes you have ever seen on Arena, I guess. At least for me it is with the standard settings. Eddie didn't need more villagers. He just needed to micro his units and like this win the game. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned something from the build order. You can try to copy it. It's not easy to do. There's a lot of multitasking with the deer, with the villagers underneath the TC, with the boars and so on. And then you need micro and the experience to actually be able to convert the scouts, attack the crossbow, whatsoever. See you in the next games, and GG.